welcome to our
Is being recorded.
lunch and learn. And I had a little static there, but okay, it's gone now. So anyway, welcome. I know it's summer, so it's tough to get a lot of folks in here, and I see a lot of familiar names. And Cynthia, I owe you a phone call, so I will definitely try to give you a call this afternoon or Monday if I don't catch you.
Monday would be better.
We'll do it Monday.
Today, it's like back to back till the end of the day.
Okay. And
Sorry.
so typically when Alan gets on, when we've got the presentation from GSA today, and then I will stay on later if people have questions or people need other things other than questions for GSA. And but we'll try to make it short today because we know it's summer and people are very busy, summer or no, and we understand that. So anyway, what we've got today is Bill Strobel, and Bill did a lot of work on our encountering innovation, meeting with businesses, and was part of the matchmaking. And he did a sensational job. And so Bill is going to give us an understanding of GSA, what it can do for you, and also kind of an understanding of what GSA does, period. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't know what they did when I was at NASA until we had our GSA rep come down and give kind of the same type of presentation. And it's really pretty amazing what GSA accomplishes. And coming from a large center and having them actually, I won't give it away, Bill, but they handle all the buildings and a plethora of type of activities and everything. So I'm always amazed with GSA and what they're able to accomplish. Bill has, we've spoken to Bill before, and Bill Strobel is with GSA. And I how many years has it been, Bill?
I've been with GSA 4 years, and I was a small business specialist over at the VA for 7.
Ah, okay. All right. So anyway, without me just keep harping, I will be here after we do our question and answer if anybody has anything for me. And other than that, I'm going to turn it over to you, Bill.
Sounds good. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Bill Strobel, of course, and I'm the Small Business Technical Advisor, SBTA, for GSA, General Services Administration, Region 6, which covers Kansas, Missouri, Iowa, and Nebraska. I'm looking forward to the training today, and I hope this training is beneficial for everyone, and I hope it generates some Q&A at the end. So with that, we'll go ahead and get started. So here's information we'll be covering today. First, we'll start with a glossary of terms, agency overview, response to COVID-19, accessing federal contracting opportunities, and identify some small business resources for you. So before we get started, it's always great to get a reminder and a refresher on acronyms. So acronyms are a part of every government procurement, and each federal agency has their own kind of unique acronyms. And GSA, of course, is no exception, but we do have some that are used by all federal agencies as well. So GSA, MASS, FSS, they're often used interchangeably. So GSA is, of course, the organization. MASS is what we do. And FSS, that includes all of the schedules, which includes the 9 VA schedules for medical supplies, services, and technologies that's run by the VA. This is a federal civilian agency, and this slide gives you a snapshot about GSA and our mission. So our mission is to deliver value and savings in real estate, acquisition technology, and other mission support services across the federal government. We provide workplaces by constructing, managing, preserving government buildings, leasing, and managing commercial real estate. So GSA is one of the federal government's largest buyers, and we contract for billions of dollars worth of products and services for other federal civilian agencies and DoD customers worldwide. So our policies also promote management best practices and efficient government operations. So GSA is made up of those two components, which offer contract opportunities. We have our public building service, known as PBS, and our Federal Acquisition Service, known as FAST. So GSA and PBS, we lead the way in green building design, construction, retrofit, sustainable operations, and maintenance. So GSA is considered the government's landlord. As you can see, PBS owns and or leases over 8,600 assets nationwide. GSA maintains an inventory of more than 370 million square feet of workspace for about 1 million federal employees and preserves more than 500 historic properties. So if you offer services in construction, maintenance, building operations, leasing, or other construction related services, it may be in your best interest to visit GSA PBS website listed below. So the FAST offers that access to a wide variety of contract opportunities. Their contract vehicles offer billions of dollars worth of those products and services and facilities that federal agencies need to serve the public. And so there's always an open solicitation available for you to become an industry partner and helping GSA supply those federal agencies with those high quality products and services. So here's a short list of the products and services GSA offers, PBS and FAST, and there are a lot more. GSA also manages the largest non-tactical fleet in the United States, a commercial fleet of over 200,000 vehicles. One of the best websites to help you determine how to do business with GSA is listed below. This site will give you that help to identify those various contract vehicles, products, and services. And if you're still not sure where to start, you can always reach out to me with the Office of Small and Disadvantaged Business Utilization, OSTBU, and I'll get you assisted and started in the right direction. Also, don't forget to include your Procurement Technical Assistance Center, your PTAC, as they can provide help with responding to our solicitation, in addition to numerous other services at low or no cost. So I work for OSTBU, and I'm your small business advocate. Our office is referred to as the front door for small businesses looking to do business with GSA or any other federal agency as you approach a different federal agency. So the OSTBU oversees the small business programs, and we provide counseling to small businesses on how to do business with GSA. We promote increased access to GSA's nationwide procurement opportunities by working with our acquisition workforce. We monitor and implement small business policies and manage a range of programs mandated by law, and these programs are listed as on the slide. So our office works to increase small business participation in our acquisitions, and we advocate for all socioeconomic categories, which include small disadvantaged, veteran-owned, service-disabled veteran-owned, hub-zone, and women-owned small businesses. On this map, you'll identify all the states that each region covers. Please feel free to reach out to your local GSA small business specialist in any region you're looking to do business with GSA. This is a quick overview of the programs listed and located in GSA Region 6. So our region is an acquisition center, which means their primary job is putting scheduled contracts in place for all agencies to use. And the categories we cover are IT, hardware and tools, the GWACs, customer and stakeholder engagement, in addition to fleet management and other personal property regional programs. The other programs in our region is the Public Building Service, which covers the operations, services, renovations, and construction of physical properties that we manage. So Region 6 has approximately 400 buildings that we're responsible to maintain and provide these listed services for. The services listed are offered through the regional PBS as requested services for our GSA tenants. And these services are provided in addition to maintaining the buildings themselves. So this includes the building's interior, exterior, and grounds maintenance. Grounds maintenance would include additional services such as lawn maintenance and ice and snow removal. So as I mentioned on the previous slide, our PBS office develops regionally awarded contracts to maintain our properties. Our PBS team solicits and awards IDIQs, indefinite delivery, indefinite quantity contracts. Typical length is 5 years, in addition to the other BPAs listed. BPAs, of course, is a blanket per. We utilize these IDIQ contracts for the majority of our general construction projects throughout the region. These IDIQ contracts are a great starting point for special construction trades and businesses to pursue subcontracting opportunities. We have consolidated lists of our general construction contractors that hold regional contracts, and these lists will help you focus your marketing and help maximize on potential subcontracting opportunities. In addition, we hold quarterly prime sub matchmaking events where small businesses looking for subcontracting opportunities are matched with our current regional prime contractors. These sessions are available for each socioeconomic category. So if you're interested, please email me and I'll make sure you get added to our lists. So this slide shows Region 6 current goals and our achievements. So Region 6 total eligible spend for FY21 was over $234 million. So we're sitting at around 100 million less than last year's spend. We're currently not sure how much more will be obligated for our region for the remainder of FY22. But that said, I expect to see a lot of increase in requirements generated by our region and other federal agencies as FY22 spend gets pushed out towards the end of the fourth quarter for FY22. This typically is a government, as a government, we usually increase our spending towards the fourth quarter, which runs from July to the end of September. Additionally, notice our GSA agency goal for small disadvantaged businesses, SDB. The Biden-Harris administration requested additional emphasis and government spend on small disadvantaged businesses. As such, the SBA, who recommends and negotiates agency goals on behalf of the federal government, increased GSA's SDB goal from 5% in FY21 to 21% for FY22. So we're currently just under that 21% goal as an agency, so expect more emphasis being placed on those requirements and especially requirements to the 8A program. Currently, the 8A program is the government's only means of setting aside for small disadvantaged businesses. So the next slide will talk about our regional PBS goals and achievement. So this slide helps show how much our regional PBS team is working with small businesses. Our regional PBS team obligated over 137 million for FY21. As you can see, we're currently sitting at only 49 million, almost 50 million. As stated on the previous slide, we expect awards to increase during this fourth quarter. Also, you'll notice that our regional PBS team's small business achievement, which is currently at 71.67% for small businesses, this truly demonstrates our regional commitment to small businesses in the construction field. Also, this total only counts for the prime contract awards. It doesn't account for the additional subcontracting opportunities available with our large and small business contractors. So this slide helps highlight our prime contract awards with our region, especially in the general construction and construction related services. So this final goaling slide shows GSA agency level small business achievement. The level combines all of our regional spends and ultimately will determine if we accomplish our SBA assigned small business goals for the fiscal year. As I mentioned previously, our SBA assigned goals was moved from 5% to 21% this year, and we're currently just behind that single stretch goal. So across the board as an agency, we're hopeful to achieve all of our goals, and there will be continued effort and focus on achieving our small disadvantaged business goal, which aligns with the Biden-Harris administration's focus. So GSA's Federal Acquisition Service, the FAST, has been helping federal and state and local partners acquire mission critical goods and services during the COVID-19 pandemic. Additionally, we've created those buying guides for key products and services that agencies need to respond to COVID-19. So how can you help? First and foremost, respond to our industry COVID-19 request for information, RFI. By responding to this RFI, the industry gets daily emails asking for updates on available personal protective equipment, that PPE. And through our market research as a service process, MRAS, we have dedicated teams sourcing critical supplies for customers. These reports are provided to buying organizations within GSA and across the federal government. Also stay informed of the latest changes on COVID-19 by reviewing USA.gov and acquisition.gov coronavirus specific websites listed. GSA Acquisition Policy Library is the source for acquisition-related changes in policy and deviations from the regulations, which may occur based on natural disasters, inflationary concerns, or the coronavirus impacts, which are just a few examples. Additionally, protect yourself and your family and your business by being aware of potential scams. The Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, CISA, their website posts the latest scams and alerts and recent vulnerabilities to help your small business guard against those phishing scams, malicious attacks, and those the lists of fraudulent websites daily. So please protect yourself and be aware of the scams up front. especially with those increased concerns from potential Russia state-sponsored cyber attacks. All of these resources can be found and they're updated daily on this website. Additionally, ensure that you include the CDC resources when looking for updated information and local COVID-19 guidance. You want to do business with GSA or any other federal agency, there are minimum requirements you must meet, which includes being registered in System for Award Management, SAM.gov. You'll have to obtain that unique entity identifier, the UEI number, through the SAM.gov entity registration process. Please note your former DUNS number is no longer in SAM and is no longer used by the federal government as of April 4th of 2022. So this is the time to change your capability statements, your email signature blocks, your email newsletters, et cetera, to remove any DUNS numbers and add your SAM UEI. For more information on this, you can visit our GSA website, gsa.gov/entity ID, which is listed on the bottom of the slide. You'll also need to register in SAM.gov. And with this system, it ties into the federal government and potentially how small business teaming partners will find your company by completing your company profile in that SAM.gov registration. So generally, a contracting officer who's looking for a particular firm will use SAM.gov and the Dynamic Small Business Search database to view a list of companies in an industry selling the products or services they're looking for in a particular region or in a nationwide search for market research. You'll also have to identify your NAICS code, your North American Industry Classification System code. The NAICS code helps identify your industry and is critical in doing business with the federal government. So when a federal agency is posting an opportunity or a solicitation, it'll be specific to a NAICS code, which helps us identify the size standard and identifies the small businesses that are available. So you can have more than one NAICS code and be both large or small, depending on the NAICS code size standard. So there's a lot of research to do during this stage, and it's critical to update your SAM system with the correct NAICS codes you're conducting business in. So agencies and potential teaming partners searching for your company in the industry that you're in will actually be able to find you. As I mentioned earlier, this is the Dynamic Small Business Search page. So I'd like to challenge you to all to take a look at your current Dynamic Small Business Search profile page if you're registered in SAM.gov. So this is essentially your free advertisement to the federal government and your potential teaming partners. I mention this because I see outdated information on company profiles all the time, emails that are no longer in service, or a phone number that isn't in service, or a point of contact who's no longer with your company. This may be your first contact with a government agency, so please update it and ensure it accurately reflects your current business. Also, take a look at your keywords. So keywords help narrow those search fields and those results. And it's helpful when we're looking for an additional specialty or a specialized skill, which is really less common under a general NAICS code category. Make sure you update the section with your common industry keywords and highlight those specialized keywords that differentiate you from your competitors. Now I'd like to cover sources sought. And what is a sources sought notice? Well, when federal agencies are looking to identify an acquisition strategy, we conduct, we conduct market research. Another way to conduct market research is by posting a sources sought notice. And these notices are posted on SAM.gov, and the results of these notices help the contracting officer determine to set aside altogether, or determine if they can set aside using a socioeconomic category such as 8A hub zone, women owned, or service disabled veteran owned. So these sources sought notices help us document our findings and support us if we go out for full and open, which would include large business, or it can be set aside for small business. With enough responses from small business, sources sought can help determine if the solicitation is ultimately set aside. So this slide provides a couple of tips regarding your response to a sources sought notice. If you want to ensure your response is aligned with the requirements listed in the notice. Overall, make sure your response demonstrates your capabilities and expresses your knowledge and experience. Also, make sure your past performance is relevant, recent, and cite those contracts your company has performed, which involve the same or similar scope of work. So if you're looking for federal government contracting opportunities, you'll need to visit that SAM.gov website, which is the government point of entry, GPE, for federal agencies to post your contract opportunities special notices, requests for information, and sources sought notices. Those are just a few things that you'll find on the sam.gov website. And sam.gov is continuing to evolve and consolidating the other federal legacy websites, which are also listed on this slide. For more information on these updates, please check out the sam.gov Learning Center. The next few slides will touch on one of our more popular GSA contracts. You may be familiar with that term schedule, which is now called GSA MAS and stands for Multiple Award Schedules. These are long-term government-wide contracts with commercial companies that provide access to millions of commercial items, products, and services at fair and reasonable prices to the government. Schedules, they make that buying easy and efficient and connects government buyers and the industry partners. And here's another reason why it may be worth your time to look into obtaining a GSA MAS contract. It generates $40 billion in sales every year. So once you obtain your GSA MAS contract, you can market directly to our customer agencies, which include the federal agencies, state and local government agencies, and other organizations. And if you're still not sure if you want to pursue a GSA contract at this time, please visit that website, www.gsa.gov/forbusiness. And this website will help you identify the various contract vehicles and products that we buy, various vendor support, and other programs related to businesses who are interested in selling to the federal government. So if you're in any one of the industries listed here, you may want to start your research on pursuing a GSA MAS contract. The Veterans Affairs, as I mentioned earlier, also has contract opportunities for companies in the medical industries. You can view a list of all the and our schedules by visiting the GSA e-library website, and you'll also be able to access more information and do further research. So this slide provides the location of several resources you should use when considering or pursuing a GSA schedule contract. The best resource, as I've mentioned before, is that first link, the GSA MAS Roadmap. I've also provided easy to locate the GSA MAS solicitation. It also may be found by going into sam.gov contract opportunities. Last, make sure you subscribe to GSA Interact. This site is often overlooked, but it is a great resource for current information and changes within the government, which happens all the time. So subscribe to those updates and that are aligned with your company's interests. GSA is also excited to announce and host our premier small business event, the Small Business Works 2022, which of course is my background setting right now, navigating equity and procurement event on July 26th, so next Tuesday. This event is intended to provide small businesses with more information on doing business with the federal government. The plan to attend several workshops that will provide valuable and vital information to help small businesses navigate the federal government marketplace. And don't miss the afternoon matchmaking to expand your networking and meet with government contracting officers. It's a free event, and please sign up today. This slide shows some additional training opportunities that are available from GSA on the schedule, program, and more. So gsa.gov/events will take you directly to the training available from GSA. Some training opportunities include the GWAC training, Alliant 2, schedules versus open market training. As I mentioned on the previous slide, please consider joining us on our premier GSA small business event, GSA Small Business Works 2022. New events are being posted often, so please take a look at these links if you're interested in more in-depth training from GSA. So here's a list of the GSA's government contract, aka the GWACs. A GWAC is a pre-competed multiple award, indefinite delivery, indefinite quantity, IDIQ contract that agencies use to buy total IT solutions. And through these GWACs, the government can buy cost-effective, innovative solutions for IT requirements. The total ceiling for the each GWAC is in the billions. So what does that mean for small businesses? Well, if you're in the IT industry, please visit the website below and view the list of contract holders. You may be able to find a potential teaming partner or subcontract opportunities with our current contract holders. You can also get updates on our GWACs by signing up at the GSA Interact, like I mentioned before. So please visit the website listed here below. We also want to ensure that you're familiar with the forecast of contracting opportunities. So all government agencies maintain a forecast of contracting opportunities website. We're required to post all future expected requirements over 25,000 for supplies and services on our forecast of contracting opportunity sites. For GSA, it's known as the Acquisition Gateway. So our forecast tool provides information on planned federal government contract opportunities and assists with the acquisition planning by helping vendors learn more about potential prime contracting opportunities very early in the process. So not all of the requirements listed will in the forecast will actually be awarded, but they're uploaded to give contractors an overview of what should be coming out from an agency. In our case, GSA is Region 6. And so you can easily filter the data by agency, location, place of performance, NAICS code, or contract type. And there's more options to filter as well. A quick link has been developed to our forecast site, which is www.fbf.gov. There are also 2 other links that will take you to GSA's forecast site. The acquisition.gov website will take you to all the federal agencies' forecast sites. So please include that in your market research when you're doing research on federal companies or federal agencies, I should say. Now, GSA also offers a nationwide list of our prime contractors who have received those federal government contracts over $750,000 for products and services, or $1.5 million for construction contracts. So these opportunities may have subcontracting opportunities. You may find it helpful to filter the opportunities by NAICS code or prime contractor's headquarters location or by the state where the work is performed. In addition to this GSA subcontracting directory, you can also utilize our GSA e-library to identify those large prime contractors who potentially have subcontract opportunities. You don't have to hold a scheduled contract with GSA to be a regional subcontractor for a large business or a small business that currently has a schedule. Please visit both websites to do that further research. Another great website for federal subcontracting opportunities is SBA Subnet. So this is a great way for small businesses to search for potential contract opportunities with large contractors. So as a small business, you should choose the location from the subnet map, and it will provide a list of contracting opportunities by location, the closing date, point of contact, description of the opportunity, and much more. Highly recommend visiting the SBA subnet at the website listed below. So it doesn't matter how long you've been in business. If you're new or getting back into federal government contracting procurement arena, you'll want to make sure you visit with your Procurement Technical Assistance Center, your PTAC, and the SBA. Mention them throughout the webinar, and the PTAC provide training counseling on marketing, financial, and contracting as well. Please make sure you include them in the process. And this is a list of my small business counterparts from other local federal agencies within our region. So as you navigate the other federal agencies and find opportunities, I recommend reaching out to your agencies or that agency's small business office as well, as they have small business professionals like myself that will help guide your company in marketing within their agencies. And here's a partial list of my GSA counterparts across the country. And we believe in utilizing and advertising our GSA small business program. So small businesses will always be our top priority. Please reach out to me or any of these contacts as you're looking for opportunities in any of the states within GSA. Also provided the direct link to all the small business specialists at the bottom of the slide. And this is a consolidated list of recommended places to start when looking for or into GSA opportunities. Please remember, I'm available as you begin your journey and looking for these opportunities within GSA. And we've come to the end. So hopefully this has generated some questions, and I'll stick around as long as we have questions.
Well, thank you, Bill. That was very good. And amazingly, we had used, and I was involved with using one of your GWACs for IT. It was for our IT security group, and it worked great. And back then I had the vendor management office, and so I had met with everyone who was on that schedule. And interestingly enough, I had one of them tell me, he said, I'll tell you right now, we all do things a little bit differently that are on the schedule, but none of us, they chose well. And they talked a little bit about how they were on a couple of the different schedules, and they said GSA does a really good job of weeding out those who can't do it. So once you get on one, the customers are really comfortable with it. And we ended up doing a second contract. I don't remember if it was the same company or not, but we did that with GSA and it worked really well. So it saved us a lot of time in putting the contract in place, and it was a lot faster. I think we did it in 6 months.
Yeah, the GWACs do have the on-ramp and on-ramp and off-ramp, like you mentioned. So we're able to remove contractors that aren't responding or are doing a poor job or this and that, and able to, bring on the newer contractors. So there are opportunities within the period of performance where there could be another on-ramp and contractors may be awarded a new contract on that older vehicle.
And the one thing that GSA also does, and I learned this through that one GWAC, is that if you want to get on it, and one of the companies had talked about this, GSA will spend a lot of time with you, letting you know exactly what they expect, as far as just basic expectations of how the company should perform, how quickly they should, react to problems and things like that. So they were pretty much really upfront. So if you're not that kind of company, it behooves you to either get better at what you do. But it was very complimentary on the help that they gave in trying to get on the GWAC. And I think they were the one that won, and they have been on it for several years.